This week, I'm gonna be sharing with you 5 top tips for a back office work, for something that you need to do as homework before you think of embarking on an expedition like this. So stay tuned after the intro and I'm gonna share everything I know and everything that I'm doing with you. As I said, today's episode is a little bit different. It's not gonna have a lot of B-roll, it's not gonna have a lot of anything. It's me talking to you with a computer with a bunch load of links and a bunch load of information. So let's just jump into it. First tip, plan your trip. I know this sounds stupid, but I've met a lot of adventure writers that decide I'm gonna go from point A to point B and we'll see what happens. Worthy, very worthy. For me, point A to point B has a lot of points in the middle, and I need to know them. This trip, T2Wine, already passed by the stands, passed by China, Japan, Mongolia, and all of that was taken off. Well, either because it was too long, or countries at war and we're not gonna get the visas. Well, a lot of things changed, so planning a trip may save you a lot of hassle in the future. Tip number 2 follows tip number 1 closely, very closely, is talk to the people on location. There's websites like Horizons Unlimited, ADV Writer, Caravanistan if you are in the Middle East or the stands, and those guys have a lot of information. Mainly the first two, they will have a lot of people on location uploading information. So if you put a question there, the communities are very responsive and you will get some feedback very fast and very accurate and on time. It does happen for you to have one information here, one information there when it comes to embassies, and then you get to the country and it's not exactly like that. So please do talk to other travelers, and if you have other websites or if you have other communities that you use for you to get this information, please link them down in the comment area because I would love to know them. Tip number 3, being on a bike forces you to have specific papers. Don't forget, you will need an international driver's license and you will need a carnet de passage, which is for all intended purposes the passport of your bike. Every country has a different way to issue that paper, so do check for it because in some countries is extremely expensive. I know it is possible to have your carnet issued in another country, but again, it really depends on the law of your country, so keep that in mind because a lot of people forget about this paper and that's gonna be a problem. Also keep in mind insurance. Sometimes you can buy insurance at borders, sometimes you can get your own insurance to cover those countries. Do inform yourself about that, and that's something that not a lot of people think about because, well, it's insured, and then when you get to certain countries you do face some problems with the law. And that takes us to tip number 4, as long as we're talking about insurances. Let's talk about health insurance. The health insurance you have may be great, may be fantastic, may be the best thing on earth, but as long as you're not within your country or the few countries that your insurance may cover, you are in deep trouble. My advice and the advice of a lot of travelers is World Nomads. Again, the link is down below, and if you use another one, please let me know in the comment area. But don't forget, good health insurance is great. World Nomads works on the spot. You can do everything through email, pretty much on the go, and you can go country by country, and over the years a lot of people have only had really good things to say about them. The 5th one is a little bit more controversial, but more and more something that I strongly believe not enough people are talking about, and we're talking about 2 passports. Yes, it is legal for you to have 2 issued passports from your country. So imagine that all those countries are at war, so for you to go from one country to the other with stamps from one country and the other, that can cause serious problems. Another thing is when you're traveling overland, sometimes you have to send your passport somewhere in order for it to get the visa that you need for the next country. So if you have 2 passports, you can continue to travel and you don't need to stay still for a while without a passport because you needed to ship it somewhere else to another embassy or to another country in order to get the visas that you need. So this, ask within your country, see what the law is for your country, but do pay attention if you cannot get one, the countries you're gonna go to. Let's get back to tip number 1, plan your trip. Of course, If you're not yet subscribed, please do consider subscribing. Click that big thumbs up, click that little bell so you can get all the notifications. And next week, we're gonna be taking you guys to another wine tasting. So see you guys then.